We've got a top 10 showdown as a key part of the USC lacrosse team faces her former team.
I was going to mention something about UCLA trying to make it 5 straight against USC rather, but throwing a little curveball into the mix. It's baseball opening day, and we'll tell you who to look out for. Sports Scene starts now.
Welcome back to the luxurious Annenberg Media Center. I'm Alexa Palermo.
That means I'm Connor McGlynn, and the number 4 USC women's lacrosse team will welcome in the powerhouse number 9 Northwestern in an early season top 10 showdown this weekend.
Connor, did you know they've won the last team 18 straight games?
18 straight games at McAllister Field. One of them came last weekend in a 20-2 dominating fashion over St. Mary's College. USC had 12 different players score, including yet another hat trick from the senior attacker, Michaela Michael. She seems to be doing it all the time. This was her 27th career one, yet another USC record that she holds.
And top recruit Kerrigan Miller got her first start in college lacrosse. She had a sick goal against SMC, and I think another record was made by this team. They scored 4 goals in 33 seconds.
33 seconds is pretty quick, but you know what? We made it even quicker. Here are all 4 in 20 seconds.
Oof, look at them run. Hustling all the way down that field.
Essentially just winning the face-off and just bolting straight at the thing, at the cage rather. She's passing it stick to stick from one net to another net into eventually the goalie's net.
Love it. It was great. They're moving so quick.
Absolutely, but that was last weekend. Let's look forward to this weekend, where Northwestern is nothing new to head coach Lindsay Monday. Aside from just beating the Wildcats last season, Monday grew up within the Wildcats system. She won back-to-back national titles there as a player before winning not 1, not 2, but 3 in a row as an assistant coach.
Oof. She was also a 2-time first-team All-American and finished in the top 5 in several major categories. As you can see here, she led the program in assists, 3rd in points, and 5th in goals. Northwestern is coming off of its first loss of the season to Colorado in overtime with a close score of 11-10. But they did beat number 8 Notre Dame 14-13 earlier in the season. And
part of the reason for that explosive and close scoring game is the redshirt senior attacker Christina Esposito, who has put up 4, 3, and 4 goals respectively in their first 3 games. Pretty incredible stuff there from Esposito, but she's not the only one. Aside from her, the Wildcats are returning nearly all of their offensive production from last season. Northwestern's 3 games, as I mentioned, have been real close, decided by a combined 4 goals so far. But looking ahead after Northwestern, USC's road doesn't get much easier than that. They'll welcome in number 3 Florida following there, so much for taking it easy to kind of ease themselves into the season. However, lacrosse isn't the only team with a tough road ahead, right, Alexa?
That's right, Connor. The men's basketball team lost a heartbreaker against Oregon on Saturday, but have to keep pushing to the end of the season because their next opponent is no cupcake. Josh is here to help break down some film as the Trojans get ready to take on UCLA. Thank you so much, Josh.
Hey, I've got the blue pen. Let's break it down, Alexa.
So excited. Let's roll into the first play.
Here we go. So we have the Oregon Ducks now. It's Brooks right along to Chris Boucher, a great shot blocker himself, and he's denied by the 6'10" Benny Boatwright. Little underhand flip pass from Shaquan Aaron along to Boatwright, who draws the contact. He went on to make both free throws. Let's break this down now. Remarkable play here by Benny Boatwright. We're going to have him as the X. We're going to have all the Ducks as the O's, of course. We're going to have him meet his counterpart right up there at the glass. He's got a lot of ground to cover before he gets to Chris Boucher. Benny had 3 blocks in the game. This is one of them. Hustle play, my favorite play of the game. Absolutely spectacular. The other way now, after the block, Shaquan Aaron. Look at the ground he has to cover. Not even as much as Benny Boatwright. Boatwright now, with all that ground to cover, it's no problem for the 6'10" sophomore because he can hustle just like the modern stretch 4s in college basketball that we see. The Lowry Markkanens, you name it, he does it. Now, across midcourt. What do you see? The hands are up, Alexa, demanding the ball. He wants it. What does this mean now? Shaquan Aaron sees him. He feeds him. And now look at this space. It's one dribble right here and then straight to the glass. Look out. Benny Boatwright about to draw the contact. We're going to watch it one more time. A remarkable play, though.
Great hustle play.
It's phenomenal. Alexa, I must have watched this 100 times after this game on Saturday night. Shaquan, such a nifty feed to Benny. And it's just a phenomenal play all the way around. I can't get enough of that one.
Yeah, it's a great hustle play. But now on to one that's a little more complicated. Let's see this one.
Yeah, this one is another phenomenal play, and we see 2 high screens here set by the bigs. Chimezi Metu now also in on the action. Metu, an underrated passer, finds it there to Shaquan Aaron, and great three-point shooter in the corner who knocks down the triple. A great feed from Chimezie Metu. How did it all happen? Well, we look at that here. Once again, X's in white, O's there, Dylan Ennis and Chris Boucher. So J-Mac here is going to go to the left. He has the option on the screen. Again, 2 high screens. That gives the point guard plenty of options. USC's zone offense breaks down this Oregon zone defense on this play. Benny Boatwright, you see the movement was stagnant at first when he set that high screen. Now moving towards the cup while Chimezie Metu stays put. So Peyton Pritchard, Chris Boucher, it's a mess now for Oregon. They had a man. They were all good to go. Now all of a sudden with Chimezie staying put, Benny cutting towards the glass, what do you do? Well, next frame. And now we see Benny Boatwright is occupying all of this space. Chimezie Metu got the feed from McLaughlin up here. And who do you see? My guy, Shaquan Aaron, wide open in the corner. The 6'7" wing, the Louisville transfer, has an opportunity to knock it down, which he does. It's great passing from Chimezie Metu. It's great movement off the 2 high screens from SC.
Yeah, so right here,
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. When he goes into the paint, Benny, he's drawing so much attention from Jordan Bell, which leaves Shaquan Aaron open in the corner. And that's really the difference in the play. A remarkable play all the way around, but it's the way Benny attacks the paint there. Doesn't even get it, but he's a great decoy. And notice, even when Shaquan gets it in the corner, he has an option to find that entry pass into Benny. Instead, opts to take the 3. Plenty of options for SC. And again, great use of the offensive zone to break down the Ducks.
Yeah, and so they just get all confused in the middle and they can't do their one-on-one and then leave someone open to make the play.
And we talk about this coming weekend. I mean, Thomas Welsh, TJ Leaf, great bigs on UCLA. Something to keep in mind before that game at Pauley.
Awesome. Let's see this next play.
Yeah, next play is another great one. Alexa, these are all incredible. This time, J-Mac, same look, 2 high screens, goes to the right. Chimezie Metu, and 1. Give me that.
So this one looks exactly the same as the last one.
Right, very similar look. Again, breaking down.
The one-on-one.
Exactly. So you got one-on-one, but you got the high screens here by Metu and Boatwright. Again, very similar look, but now J-Mac is going to come to this near side, the right side. Again, plenty of options for him. Now you may be thinking as you watch that play live, oh, sick Josh, I've seen a screen and roll to the basket before with an and 1. But this is so special because Benny Boatwright stays at the top of the key while it's Chimezie who rolls to the cup. Now problems. Because this is the 2. Dylan Ennis, who's now having to watch Shaquan. Now all of a sudden, Casey Benson and Peyton Pritchard are at 6s and 7s as the big man, Chimezie Metu, attacks. And that is the issue now with the Oregon zone as they really descend into a state of just unrest. It's wide open in this area. Chris Boucher, of course, was all over the place. And that means that Chimezie Metu, it can be a high pass from McLaughlin, it can be low, whatever it is, just get it to him. He's going to corral, and then he ends up drawing the contact. Great play all the way around.
So this one emphasizes their skill and their speed.
There you go.
Love it. Awesome. Let's see one more time.
One more time. J-Mac so fluid here, coming off the 2 high screens, had the option to go either way. To Chimezie, and the finish, too. High degree of difficulty with the redwood Chris Boucher in his way.
I love the flex. It's great.
Love the flex, Alexa.
Well, thank you so much, Josh.
Thank
it's clear
you.
that all these plays highlight the bigs, and they'll come in handy when the Trojans battle their crosstown rival. Now let's toss it to Connor to hear about the start of the baseball season.
While that sport is more than halfway through their season, one sport is just starting up. That's USC Baseball. Rachel Frain's here to talk a little bit of the Trojans with me. Rachel, 15 players from last season's team left. What does that mean about the program?
Well, it's huge, Connor. It means a lot of new guys are definitely going to have to step up this season.
And it's funny you mentioned that because head coach, manager Dave Hubbs talked about that after practice yesterday.
You know, we got a lot of new guys this year, and so it'll be a lot of different faces that are in the lineup and on the mound, and it's a chance for guys to get a chance to get out there and show what they can do. But I think our guys are primed and ready. So our goal is to try and be the best team on Friday, and then we'll worry about Saturday when it comes, rather than look at the whole picture.
Gave the manager a little disrespect there. Dan Hubbs, sorry about that one, Coach. But Rachel, let's see the diamond right here. We got 3 main guys that are going to be filling into the starting spots. And the first one, the freshman up here in Blake Sable. What does he bring to left field that Timmy Robinson left in the big bat?
You know, they're looking for Blake Sable to be a big man in this lineup this year. He was the 33rd round pick for the Cleveland Indians in the 2016 MLB draft. Kind of a big deal, especially looking at this Trojan team. And the talent isn't quite what Coach Hubbs is hoping it would be for the season, but he has a slew of Perfect Game USA awards. He's batted a 338 average in high school. And while he is in the outfield right now, he might be making some appearances as catcher as he did in high school as well.
Well, down here, we have him listed as a DH. David Edson has big shoes to fill with the usual well-contact player in David Oppenheim.
You're right, David Edson, a redshirt senior. He batted a .279 last season, not some crazy numbers, but he did start 10 games over David Oppenheim. And like you said, Connor, Oppenheim was a powerhouse in 2016. And a little fun fact about David, his little brother Daniel will be the newest addition to the 2017 baseball roster as well.
Gotta love the brotherly love behind home plate. Just like there's brotherly love in the relationship there, there's always a relationship between pitcher, catcher, Chris Perez, the senior, back there behind the plate. Absolutely,
and like you said, it's going to be hard for any pitcher to adjust to a new catcher, and we'll have some new pitchers up this year as well. But Chris Perez is a senior transferred from Duke last year. Didn't see any playing time in 2016 as it was his first year here. But at Duke, he had the team's high for RBIs with 34 and batted .241. Again, .241. Nothing too big, but hopefully those RBIs will carry over to the Trojans this year.
That's definitely a hopeful thought. Well, you touched on the 3 new guys that are going to be getting starting minutes. Let's see some of the returning faces that are going to be making an impact starting right here in right field.
Right, big guy over here, Corey Dempster. Again, nothing crazy with the numbers, but this .290 average is the second best on the Trojans who are left. So hopefully he's looking to lead off. I know that he will be the first batter of the season this year in their lineup.
And how about in center field? You have Lars Nootbaar, the candy bar man.
Absolutely, the candy bar man. He is a sophomore this year. Last year was a true freshman. And of the 33 games that he played in, he did start 29. I do think this could be a big breakout year for Nootbaar.
It's funny that you mentioned Nootbaar having the breakout year. Coach Hubbs mentioned that as well and talked about how he expects last year's little bit of a skimpy .238 can flourish this season.
I think Lars Nootbaar is primed and ready for a huge year after a freshman year where he got some time, but I think he's really figured some things out at the plate.
So Lars had that .238 batting average. The guy next to him playing second base for the Trojans, .323. What can you tell me about Frankie Rios?
That is Frankie Rios, and yes, .323, which is the best left on the team for the Trojans. Not crazy numbers again, but I do think they're going to be looking for Rios for some leadership, some experience, and hopefully he'll be the big man on the team with Oppenheim and Martinez gone.
And they're going to need that leadership and the batting average if they want to improve on their 28-28 record from last season. USC Baseball is going to throw out first pitch 6 o'clock at Dado Field on Friday against Coppin State, but they're not the only team playing on this weekend over in that area campus. Just next door on the tennis courts, seems like Terrence and Savannah have more on that. Guys?
Hi, I'm Savannah Boone, and this is Terrence Davis, and we are here at Mark Stadium where the women of Troy will take on their crosstown rival UCLA this Saturday at noon. Terrence, I think this should be a good one.
Exactly, Savannah. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned rivalry game? We are in for a real treat. Both of these teams are ranked in the top 25. The 22nd ranked Trojans are coming off a dominant performance against San Diego State, but they haven't played a match since February 1st.
You know, that's a good point. Their last match against top-ranked Florida State was canceled due to rain, so rust could be a factor in this matchup. Not to mention UCLA has another match on Friday against Pepperdine, so their energy might be tested going into this game on Saturday. What kind of performance are you expecting from the Trojans this weekend?
Savannah, I think the Trojans will need another strong team performance if they want to emerge victorious against the 20th ranked Bruins. This is a good UCLA team, and they will be seeking revenge after losing to the Trojans the last time around. But if the women of Troy come ready to play like they did in their last match, UCLA is in deep trouble.
I mean, I agree. The last time the Trojans took the courts, they turned into arguably their best performance of the season so far. They swept the Aztecs 7-0, pushed their overall season to a record of 3-1.
Yes, USC's Rihanna Valdez capped off the afternoon with a 6-love, 6-3 victory over the Aztecs' Olivia Larson to clinch the victory for the women of Troy.
And yeah, that makes that Valdez the second clincher of the season, so UCLA will definitely have to keep an eye on her. And you can't forget about Gabby Smith right now, who's playing some excellent tennis. She's won 11 out of the 12 single matches and is currently riding a 9-game winning streak.
Yes, Gabby is crushing it right now, but she's not the only one who's gotten off to a hot start. The Trojans also have seen strong performances from the doubles pairing of Zoe Katz and Madison Westby all season. They have yet to drop a match. On the other side of the net, UCLA's Ina Shabahara is having an outstanding season for the Lady Bruins. Shabahara has won her last 4 singles matches and holds a 24-3 record overall. Her doubles pairing with Jada Hart has also provided a tremendous boost for UCLA. They've won 11 of their 15 doubles matches.
I mean, it's undeniable that they have so much talent on both sides of the net. It'll definitely be interesting to see how these matchups play out on Saturday.
I can't wait. It's going to be a good one. Remember, you can catch this matchup on the Pac-12 Network live from Mark Stadium this Saturday at noon. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, guys. Great stuff from there. Alexa, that means that 2 USC teams are trying to extend their winning streaks against UCLA this weekend.
That's awesome. Now let's toss it over to Juana, who has a look inside men's swimming.
Hey guys, I'm Juani Lopez, and this is Ask an Athlete. And today I'm joined by sophomore Kyle Grissom. Okay, so basically I'm going to ask him questions for 60 seconds, and he's just going to answer as many as he can. So let's time this, and ready, go. So what's your favorite sport outside of swimming?
Ping pong.
Ping pong. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
Italian food.
What kind of Italian food?
Fettuccine Alfredo with chicken.
Okay. What's your favorite drink?
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. What kind of flavor?
Cherry.
Cherry. Nice. I like that too. Okay. What is your favorite stress reliever?
Getting a massage.
A massage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you go professionally or?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. What's your pump-up music?
Kanye or Drake.
Kanye or Drake?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
That's tough. For pump up, I wish you would DJ Khaled with Kanye.
Okay. See, I like Drake too. My phone case is actually Drake.
I dig it. I dig it.
Okay. Tell us something about yourself that most people wouldn't know.
I'm an only child.
You're an only child? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the most embarrassing moment of your life to date?
That's tough. I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. We're out of time now, but you can catch Kyle and the rest of the Trojan team here at UTexas Center as they take on Utah on Saturday.
Thanks, Juana. While men's swimming is looking forward to senior day, some former USC seniors are looking to become Trojans.
More Trojans always to come. Right now, we got a list today of the USC, the 8 players that got welcomed to the Combine this year. Here's a look at that. Zach Banner, Chad Wheeler, some of the big offensive linemen, and then some of the underclassmen as well. Juju Smith-Schuster and Adoree Jackson making the list. You see these 8 guys here. Alexa, who's your snub from the USC team that didn't get an invite?
I'd have to say Michael Hutchings. I thought he was a great leader as a captain and definitely great on that defense this season, so he should be there.
Would have been great to see Hutch. And then even Leon McQuay got passed up. A little bit of an interesting strategy there.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. But obviously, just like the invite was today announced, what were your Valentine's Day plans yesterday, Alexa?
You know I was here.
It's interesting, so was I. However, not everyone was stuck here. The love was in the air this week, and there was no better way to pass it along than some cheerful spirits and, quality gifts as well.
Those are always nice. Several USC football players did just that and shared how they spent their days on social media. As part of the Trojan Outreach Program, wide receiver Stephen Mitchell and linebacker Buda Tucker visited a local hospital to hand out what else but roses to some patients. Fitting for those Rose Bowl champs.
And former USC defensive lineman Noah Jefferson showed that the only way that it's good to have an ex-girlfriend on Valentine's Day is if she's now your fiance. Look at that gem on her finger. Obviously, he's a lucky man, was able to get the yes answer from her on Valentine's Day. Really lucky and special. Congratulations.
It's a beautiful ring.
Beautiful.
Love it. Well, that's all the time we've got, and as always, thank you so much for watching.
And make sure to tune in next week as pretty much every USC team is in action. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at SportsSceneUSC and AnnenbergMedia.com. See you guys next week.